What's up, everybody? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me turn this music down a bit. Alrighty, welcome back. Welcome back. If you're new to the stream, we got a lot to talk about. I pushed this back, pushed it back about a week. I wanted to make sure I got everything down that I wanted to talk about. Had some few videos that I needed to work on, like the mock draft one, some gaming stuff. I'm getting my gaming stuff ready for my Switch and for my I can turn this down a little bit, for my Switch and for my what's it called, my PS4. But I wanted to come today because I don't like missing. I missed last time for Easter before I did the voodoo and all the dark magic Arabic ones, right? Which that stuff to me was interesting. It was very creepy. I enjoyed it though. I really enjoyed it. It was I feel it was something that is different for us, right? So turn my TV off because yeah. So what I wanted to do today is just basically go over what we're going to talk about, right? What we're going to be talking about. And I hate, if you're here with me, thank you, because I know it's late night where any of us are at. Hold on, let me get this text message. Yeah, so it's late night. It's usually when stuff gets creepy. I didn't want to do it at this nighttime, but hey, we're here now. So today's topic is demons, ghost, and poltergeist. What are the differences? How do you know about them? What do you look for in them, right? And then we're going to go into, if anybody wants to join in the chats, we're always here to talk, open talk. Then we go into the different demons, because there's a lot of demons out there that you don't know about, maybe, right? And so we're going to go through all those. Should be an interesting one. So let me see. Tiring. So one sec. Alrighty, let's get our notes ready. I took a bunch of notes for y'all. I said I didn't want to just come in half-assing stuff. I feel, if we're going to be doing this, let's go all in. So, first off, we're going to talk about ghosts, right? If y'all see anything behind me, please let me know also, because I'd be fucking petrified, right? So, ghost. What is a ghost? We've talked about it before, right? That's what one of our first 1 to 2 episodes we talked about it. So, ghosts are basically, all three of these things are basically things that scare people, right? If you think about it, you have there's only a few things that scare people in life, really. It's like student loans, right? Your mom when she's mad, ghosts, poltergeist, demons, right? So, ghost. How do you know what is a ghost? How do you know if it's a ghost you're talking to, seeing, messing with? Because they're all different. They all play their part in, I guess, the supernatural world, right? So a ghost would be somebody that is stuck on this side, right? Somebody that's stuck on this side. Somebody that is just straight. Basically, they're stuck on this side. Maybe it was by a violent past. Maybe it was trauma. Maybe it was unfinished business. Most ghosts do not intend to hurt people. They're kind of in their own world, own realm, right? They're just kind of wander, that's like your classic temperature changing. You hear them talk, maybe, it's creepy, don't get me wrong. If somebody was to walk up behind me and talk to me, I'm gonna be terrified, right? But the thing is, it's not malicious. It's not a ghost usually is not the one that's going to just hurt you all the time like that, right? I mean, a lot of times ghosts are like family members that passed away. They're people that have passed away in a house, and maybe they love that house, maybe they love that school, maybe that area was where they love. So that's what a ghost is, right? And the reason why I'm going through this is because I want to really determine to you what all three are. So when we get into our last topic, which is the demons, you kind of understand the severity of them, right? Because I mean, ghosts would be down here, right? Then your poltergeist, and then demons up here, right? Because I always feel if you believe in good, you have to believe in bad. If you believe in God, you have to believe in the devil, right? I mean, there's no good and evil is a very thin line of just it, right? I mean, like we always talk about on this show is that line from good and evil is just very thin. You can venture off on the good side and then end up on the bad side by one mistake because you didn't educate yourself or do that, right? Or something led you to that. So like I said, ghost would be that. I mean, most cases that's what usually people see are ghosts, right? I mean, you go places, especially on those haunted places, you see ghosts, you see the temperature changes. I mean, there's days where like I'll go into a room and I'll feel it super cold. I know that ain't right. So your signs would be, inexplicable cold chills in the room, unexplained foul odors. Foul odors is a very common one, right? I said, so if you do have these, I mean, there's ways to get the ghost out. I mean, if you don't want the ghost there, there's ways to get them out, bless your house, some white sage, get a priest if that's what your religion. I mean, there's many ways. Every religion has their ways. I'm sure they're passed down, right? Many people, they also say that, you get that feeling of being watched. I know I'm not the only one that gets that feeling. You really do feel like, yo, something's watching me right now. And, and sometimes it's your mind playing tricks on you, right? Sometimes your mind is just playing tricks and you have no idea what to do. But sometimes it's not your mind. Sometimes it's really there. It's something that you is there. You feel, you just get that feeling. Because, I mean, you get that feeling as a human being when, if I'm standing here and I know, okay, that girl or that dude's staring right at me, right? You just feel it. So what is the difference I feel? That used to be a person that was alive, right? So what is the difference? What is the difference in that, right? So a lot of people also hear voices and noises in their homes. That's very common for ghosts, right? You hear something fall down, you hear somebody talking. I mean, it's scary, right? But it's not. If I hear somebody talking in my living room, I'm not like, oh man, I'm about to die right now, right? I'm just not. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna lock this door and I'm not gonna go outside. I'm gonna be like, well, I'm gonna stay in here for the rest of the night, right? Now, get to poltergeist, right? Poltergeist are your, I would say like your ghosts that are looking to hurt you, right? They're your classic film of all these horror films like Conjuring and Annabelle, all these different ones where they have like these ghosts that just are in the house trying to kill you, trying to attack you. That's a poltergeist. That is when, the best way Ed and Lorraine Warren said it was, those are things that are malicious and they're trying to hurt you. They have intent to hurt you, right? And so like, a lot of people that deal with them is, of course, the noise. They're the same way as ghosts, but they're like another level up, right? So you have your they'll throw stuff around, move objects, right? That's like whenever you see those videos on the internet, it's like a drawer opens up or stuff flies off the counter, right? They're trying to get your attention. They're trying to tell you that, one, they don't want you there. Two, they don't like you. Three, they just want to hurt you because they're bored. And it's these things that really get them kind of like moving and going, right? Now, a lot of people say when they meet poltergeists, right, that they can bite you, pinch you, attack or harass you. They'll throw stuff at you. I mean, anything they can do to hurt you, that's pretty much it. So ghosts really aren't going to really touch you and mess with you. They're gonna make those noises and all that. Now, the ones that will touch you are pretty much poltergeists. They're looking to cause fear and, you know, show you kind of like, hey, I'm the dominant one here, right? Because I mean, come on, if you're asleep and you feel something grab your leg like this, you're gonna freak out, right? If you, especially, you know, hey, I'm the only one in this room, I'm the only one in this house. What's going on, right? So poltergeists, you know, they're not visible really. That's the thing you want to notice. So a ghost, you will see like the shadow of a ghost, right? It looks like a person. A poltergeist usually is not going to make itself known. It's going to pretty much just make the noises, hurt you, throw stuff at you, and hide its presence of it, kind of. Like, I mean, there's people that can see it, don't get me wrong. There's people that can see it. There's people that are very knowledgeable in that sense of it. But I just feel that when it comes to poltergeists, their intent is to hurt you. Their intent is to really hurt you, to really cause damage to you. And it's just one of those things where it's like, if you have a poltergeist in your house, even if you think you have one in your house, get help. Get somebody that can really help you, because one thing poltergeists do is they feed off of emotions. If they know they're scaring you, they're going to feed off of that, right? That's why a lot of people, especially like in the movies, they do it very well, where if something happens, the poltergeist just keeps ramping it up, right? And it's because they like that fear. They like that emotion of you being scared, right? Like, some ghosts are angry ghosts that like seek retribution, right? But like poltergeists are more like they like the physical disturbance of what you like. They're unhappy and they just want to cause like wreckage, right? Like a lot of poltergeists, they follow your energy. I'm a big person on energy. If you believe in you're good. If you have bad energy, you know, yin and yang, I believe in all that stuff. I believe the energy you give out is very powerful, if it's positive, if it's negative. So I always try to give positive energy, good energy, because you can feel when you're around somebody with negative energy, right? When you're around people that are with negative energy, they feel like they're sucking the life out of you, right? You're like, I don't want to be here with these people. So poltergeists are like that. They're like that friend that you know you don't need to hang out with. They're like that ex that you have that you know just suck the life out of you, right? Am I lying? No, I'm not. So that's what I'm saying. So those are poltergeists, right? Now we get into our third one for the topic, right? We get into demons. Now, like I said, if you believe in good, you believe in angels, you believe in Michael and all them, right? You have to believe in the other side. Religions talk about it all the time. No matter if you're mythology, if you're religious, no matter what religion you were, if you're a freaking Greek god, you had your Zeus, right? And then you had Hades, right? Egyptians, they had Horus and they had Set, right? You had Odin, you had Loki. I mean, the list goes on. You know, you have God, you have Lucifer. Like, it makes sense in life. Everything we look at in life is good and evil, right? Everything we put is black and white. And it's just, you have to believe in the other side. There's no way you can be like, oh, I believe in God, but I don't believe in the devil. Like, you may not want to say, I get it if you don't want to, you know, give power to him. I understand 100%. That makes perfect sense to me. But don't lie to yourself saying that it's not out there, right? I mean, there's people that don't believe in ghosts. There's people that don't believe in poltergeists. They believe, oh, there's some way that it was, you know, science, or it's in your head, right? Or, you know, it's this or that. And I get it. Hey, it may be for some people. But me being a person that has seen stuff, heard stuff, you know, felt things grab me, this and that, it takes a toll on you. And I mean, you want me to really be here and be like, oh yeah, I don't believe in that, right? But I mean, it's stuff that I've witnessed. It's stuff that other people, I'm sure y'all have witnessed, right? And so it's just one of those things where it's like, I feel when it comes to demons and devils, that is when you start getting into like very dark magic, very bad things. Like, they're called evil spirits for a reason. They're in hell for a reason. So, like, I'm trying to say, like, demons, they manifest themselves to us. It's not like where a ghost is stuck there or a poltergeist is in an object or something, right? Demons manifest to you. It's kind of like a leech, right? And so what do they do is they take on, like, a lot of demons will take on physical aspects of people, right? That's why, like, Supernatural, Lucifer, they do so well on those shows to explain demons, because they're your everyday people that show evil. Oh, amazing. They're your everyday people, right? There's shows like even a comedy like Little Nicky, right? One of my favorite comedies. When they go to when they literally go to Earth, his two brothers, they literally become a religious guy and the mayor of the city, like, or the police chief. Like, it's people every day that you wouldn't know, right? And like I said, there's good and evil. We see in all these movies, right? And so that's where it becomes, it becomes very different. But it's you have to understand that, because they're mischievous. Like, they want you to do bad things. They find joy in that stuff, right? And so, like, demons aren't gonna haunt you the way a ghost and a poltergeist would. But what they can do is much worse on a larger scale, right? So, like, a ghost would scare you, right? Oh, I'm scared. A poltergeist, poltergeist can literally almost kill you, right? But a demon, just like possession, like, they can literally possess your body. I mean, we've all seen The Exorcist, I'm sure, right? That movie is by far one of my top scary movies. It's just so good. It doesn't scare me the way I was when I was a kid, but it's just like you get that feeling of it, like, okay, this is onto something, right? I said, like, it's one of those things where whenever it comes to, like, poltergeist and all that stuff, you know how to get rid of those. But I mean, when it comes to exorcisms, who's really like, oh man, I've seen an exorcism before, right? You hear people all the time saying, oh yeah, I've seen a ghost before, right? I was here once and I saw a ghost pop out, right? Or you'll hear those stories of poltergeists. Oh, yeah. Let me get on here on Facebook so I can read y'all's comments, because I forgot about that. But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, I feel that, it's not talked about much, and I get it. It's a very slippery slope when it comes to them, because it's religious, right? And religion in the world is sacred, right? But it's also, what I feel is, it's something that people in our area of enjoying what, is out there, finding out what's out there, it's something that we do need to talk about, because I like to define what is what when we talk about what we see. Because if you, especially, like, I have friends that they're always writing me now, hey Nick, how do I handle this? And I'm like, I'm no expert, but it sounds like this is what you have, right? And so if you're dealing with a demon and all that stuff, I mean, that's another level of stuff, right? And you really want to make sure that you get that go get that help, right? So in the history of demons, like, any show that talks about horror, especially, like, I'm a huge Supernatural fan, so any show that talks about demons, they have the list of their names, right? It's very, very different, and very like, the way that they do them. So, like, even in, like, different religions, different cultures, they have their own demons, and some places don't even call them demons. They're just more of like, okay, like, you have your mythology, demons per se, right? You have your astrology, which is your Christian, Islamic, Jewish, right? Your demonology, which goes into more of like Hindu, Islamic, Jewish, right? Folklore would be like your just different things. So, like, there's so many of them that who's real, who's not real. Maybe it's the same person with a different name, right? Like, one of my favorite demons, I've loved learning about demonology, only because I was big on learning about angels, right? And I was like, well, there's two sides, right? In every show, there's two sides. And so I wanted to learn about the other side. So I started learning about demonology. And one of my favorite demons to learn about, right, was Azazel. So Azazel actually is kind of cool because his name, he's actually an X-Men, right? If you remember the X-Men Future Past or whatever, the guy, it's Nightcrawler's dad, he'd be teleporting places, that's Azazel. So my name actually on all my games and all that stuff came from Azazel, right? Azrael. So the thing about these names though, like saying these names gives demons power, right? But you have to know that, what and when to, I would say, to say stuff. Me just saying these, yes, I put myself at risk because I'm saying them out loud, right? It's just like anything, like, but I do believe, that what I'm doing it right now is teaching you about these demons, right? So I said, like, you have your mythology, right? We'll go to mythology first. That is one of the battles all the time where people are like, is this real? Is it fake? Because we weren't back there, that's BC time. So you have your different characters of, demons. And so you would have Ovid, right? He's the demon that tells myths that have been profound, influential. I don't even know what that means, right? But the thing is, as you're going to start to see, like, I'm going to go with them and I'm going to say, like, the different, wait, what is this? Yeah. So, like, the thing is with all these demons per se, they all have their religion, they all have their nation of where they came from, right? And I'm the stories that come with them, right? So you have Amman, the Christian demonology, right? Amman is, you've probably seen Amman. Honestly, he looks like he kind of looks like I would say like an owl head, but with like dog legs and like a fish body in the back, right? He's the Marquis of Hell who governs, fortifies infernal legions. Amman is a demon of the Grand Marquis of Hell and the seventh spirit of the Gotia. So every demon has a sigil, right? And so, like, I don't know if you can see it. So, like, every demon has a sigil, right? And the thing is, like, I love that show Evil so much because they go into that, they talk about that, and they really do, like, show you, okay, like, this is what is, what is going to be going on, this and that. And every one of them has a sigil. There's 72 of them, right? Let me see if you can see that. So there's 72 of them. If you want to look it up on the internet or whatever, that's you. I'll put it up in my pod. But they all have their sigils, right? And so that's why my friend from the last video we did, he was saying that, he goes, the sigils, every demon has one, right? So all those ones that we saw in the last video, those little sigils there was sigils of demons on there. So they're trying to summon those demons per se, right? And then this one is very popular. You hear the name a lot. Abaddon, right? It's a Hebrew term. It's a Greek equivalent to Apollyon. He appears in the Bible as both a place of destruction and an archangel of the abyss. So Abaddon is a very well-known demon, right? In the Hebrew Bible, Abaddon is used with references to the bottomless pit, often appearing alongside the place, meaning the realm of the dead, right? And so that's what I said. All these, same way God has his angels, the same way Lucifer has his demons, right? And I said there's shows all over, and it's, okay, so I'll put in terms like American shows, we're going to show these guys. Supernatural, you see a lot of the demons come in, right? You even got other names of them, right? One of the animes I watched, Black Clover, so you have Lucifero, he's Lucifer, right? But then you have their other demons that are there, and their names, you can kind of tell who they are in the Bible, and in demonology who they are, but their names are different, right? It's like if I go somewhere, the name that I could call Superman something, and then somebody calls him something else. I mean, we're talking about the same person here, but it's just somebody different, right? So in the New Testament book of Revelations, an angel called Abaddon is described as the king of an army of locusts, right? So, I mean, Abaddon is very well known in the Christian and all that, and it's just that he's one of those that you don't want. A lot of these demons, you don't want to call their names. Like, you don't want to get them to notice you, right? Because they're looking for stuff to like just mess with you. I mean, a lot of these are known as in your mythology, like I said, your different things. So like we're gonna focus on like more of the Christian demons, I would say, because one, that's Christianity is one of my religions, right? And then it's just the more profound one that we do. The 72 sigils that they have are pretty much known in the Bible as those are the demons, right? So you have Agarus is the demon described in demonological grimoires. So basically, this is the devil of the grimoires, right? So grimoire is basically stuff that teaches you black magic in the sense of it, right? This demon teaches you languages, stops and retrieves runaway persons. It's believed he can cause earthquakes and grants noble titles, but at what cost, right? And I said, there's different ones. Let's just go through the list. I mean, I'm not gonna. There's hundreds of them, right? And so you have your Turkish folklore, Slavic mythology, right? Let's go to some. Let's see, Antichrist, right? There's a movie that actually, when I learned about the Antichrist, it was I believe it's called Stigmata. I saw it when I was little. I wasn't supposed to watch it. My mom told me not to watch it, and I did. Sorry, Mama. But yeah, it was creepy because the girl gets something, and it's always an object, and that's one thing I hate. Like when I go to like garage sales or something, I always try to get a feel for what I'm looking at, because I mean anything could be, right? It could be possessed. It could have a spirit in there. It could have something. But like she gets a gift from like Egypt or something, and then she actually gets possessed, right? And the Antichrist is out there in the gospel and all that stuff. You have a Mayan. I mean, as we know, there's 72 of these. Let's see. So there's a Azazel. This is like I said. I was big in demonology. I got my name and my game probably about 2 years ago. Stuck with me. Everybody calls me Az, right? AZ. It just stuck with me. It's something that I've accepted. It's my name that many of my friends in the gaming community call me. So I went with it. I mean, a lot of people are, oh, why'd you put a demon as your profile? Why do you call your people your demons? It's just, I'm not gonna say I'm not scared of it. I mean, demons are. I'm not trying to go one-on-one with them, right? I'm just saying, like, when you have fear, you give stuff power. And I don't want to live in life in fear all the time, so yeah. So in the Bible, the name Azazel appears in association with the scapegoat, right? So the cool thing about him is he's not all of them are looked at as, like, I would say, like, they're not all like looking like, oh man, I'm out here to to fuck shit up. It ain't even that. Like, it's just I'm trying to think of the words. Like, they play their part is what I'm trying to say. They play their part in the scheme of it. That's why I said that show Evil is so good, because I kind of see where they're going with the sigils and this and that. They're all playing a part. There's a certain day where these demons come out, right? And that's why I said that there's certain shows I'm watching that show this, and it's a continuation of it in different things. Like from one, Evil is a show, it real people, right? And but then like the anime I watch, Black Clover, it's doing the same thing, but in anime. And so it's kind of like, okay, this is repetitive now, right? Okay, somebody's outside. I got scared. So Azazel is more of like the fallen angel, though, right? All that stuff. So he's in the Book of Enoch and all that. So there's different things for him. Many people represent Azazel to Satan, but it's one of those things up in the air. I mean, you have your demons that are Bale, Bagushu, Baku in Japan, Balam, and all these different ones. I said, like, when it comes to these demons and ghosts and all that stuff, you want to know what you're looking at. I said this one's going to be a very short one today just because I am very spooked out on doing this at this time. But yeah, I mean, go in, even, I'm not saying to like go into Google and be like, oh yeah, this is what I want to look at, but research stuff to protect yourself, especially if you believe in this stuff. And if you are venturing out and looking at stuff, I mean, everything you look at is going to have repercussions in life, right? I mean, that's just human nature. So be safe when you do it, though. And, I'm not saying go and venture off into websites and this. No, don't be doing all that. You don't know what you're going to open up. Wikipedia. Go into, like, most of this stuff's religious. You can go, look stuff up that way. I mean, that's the thing, like, you have to be careful with it, but it's just learn about it, right? And I said, I've personally never seen a demon, right? But I don't want to. I've seen Poltergeist, I've seen Ghost, right? I mean, the thing is, like, you have your what's called your 12 demons per se. Those are the 12 demons of the domain of hell, right? And I mean, all of these, from ghosts to demons to poltergeists, they kind of play a part in each other's lives, right? They play that part of, they feed off of it. It's like a triangle, right? Okay. And so it's just, you have your, so when you break it down of the 12, it makes sense, right? And it's things that are considered kind of like I would say kind of like a sin. I don't want to, I mean, I guess that's the word I'm trying to go for, but I mean, you see it in different things. Dante's Inferno, right? You see the levels he had to go through and all that stuff. So it's very very interesting. Like, so here's a few. Like, one, Lucifer, pride. We all have too much pride sometimes, right? Your pride can get you killed, is pretty much, right? So these are your 7 deadly sins, right? And pride is something that us humans just do too much of, right? I always tell people your pride can kill you. Like, having too much of it can get you killed. You could be the strongest person in the world, and just because you got these don't mean that the guy next to you or the girl next to you ain't, maybe she's having a bad day, maybe he's having a bad day, and they just don't care anymore. Pride can get you really messed up in life. But that's why it's so much of why it makes sense why it's Lucifer, right? Why it's him. Because pride is something you can control inside of you, but you don't, right? You're not thinking that you would think greed, lust, right? Envy, all of those different things would be the ones, but they're not, right? I said, you have Mammon, which is greed. Greed gets all of us. There's greed in anything we do. You have lust. Let's be honest, the world there's lust everywhere around, no matter if it's online, whether it's in person, right? Envy, Leviathan. I know this is a name that you've heard before, right? This is a very common name. Buzzbub, Gluttony. He's been in a lot of movies and stuff. Satan, Wrath, and Belagor, the Sloth, right? I said this. I don't want to drag the video on long. It's 11 o'clock at night, and I mean, I'm gonna do a lot of cleansing before bed, right? But just want to give you some knowledge on it. Next week, I will try to have my friend come on. I'm gonna have a group of people though, because I want them to be able to, all of us, to talk about different experiences we had, but also the difference of how we see ghosts, poltergeist and demons, in a sense of how we see black magic, right? So like my friend in Egypt, he sees it, as magicians, right? I would see them more as like witches and warlocks, right? My friend in East Asia, she was like, no, we call it this and that, right? And so, what's up, bro? It's creepy already, but we're just doing our little thing, right? And I said I want people to come on, explain that, so you get a different feel. Like me, I'm surprised when I hear certain words or certain things from across the world, right? It amazes me. So I feel that will benefit all of us also, right? I know some of you told me you weren't going to be on here live if it was late. I understand. I get it 100%. I didn't want to do it this late, but hey, I wanted to bring it to you. You can watch it in the morning. You can watch it later on. You can watch it while you're next to your significant other if you're scared. I get it. It wasn't too bad, I feel. I didn't go into like details of stuff too much. I didn't go into experiences. Like I said, the only time I can say I've ever felt like I was truly into something I didn't need to do was, like I said, when I just started to venture off too far into learning stuff, right? And I was really determined to figure stuff out, and that was bad because you venture too far out, you can't always pull yourself back, right? And I feel that was one thing that I just needed to make sure I didn't just open up a can of worms I can't close, right? So that being said, it's a good little 40-minute video. I need to go to bed. I need to cleanse myself before I go to bed, right? So much love, fam. Good night. Next week we're back on track again with another one of the weekend. We'll figure out what it is. I don't know yet. I'm gonna bring out some good stuff again, but we'll have people with us, get some more stories going, some more calls and all that. I'm your boy Az, signing off. Later.